for later. So yeah, so you've got your 10 exercises for your 3 sets, 40 seconds per exercise for the first set, then it will get slightly less and then slightly less for the third set. They're all pretty sort of straightforward, to be honest. I mean, I'll do it with you a little bit. I'm not going to do the whole lot, but I'll do bits of it with you. Otherwise, I'm stood around for 20 minutes just watching you. It's a bit dull, really. But yeah, so let's do a warm-up and then we'll go through it. Otherwise, by the time I've told you it, you'll have forgotten them again. So, all right, let's get you jogging on the spot and the balls of your feet. It's very dark in here, so put some cameras on. Cameras on, some lights. I'm not with it at all today. A small baby keeping me very much awake at the moment. In a good way, which is cute, but still tough. Jump jacks then, high balls of your feet. Gradually start to try and take the feet a little bit wider, not too far, but you are trying to think about how to jump a bit more. Keep going at that. Good. And we'll bang down some nice deep squats. So start quite shallow, and as your legs start to feel okay, start to drop a little bit lower down into the squat movement. Keep going at that. Hopefully you can't hear mine creaking. Step back lunges. Down to the floor. Come up. Floor. Come up. Keep going with those. And we'll just have some press ups. So just pop your knees down onto the floor. Hands under your shoulders, in line with your chest. Push. Push up. Good. Keep going. You're going to hear a beep. Ignore it too much. Good. So you've got 30 seconds. I would get a drink with you because you're going to run straight from the first exercise to the second to the third. So you're not really going to have much time. There is a set rest at the end. The first exercise is squats or squat jumps. So it's 40 seconds. If you're going to do it in between, and in between would be squat up onto your toes and then back down. So bit less impact than the actual jump, but we'll see you get on. 4 seconds then. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So 40 seconds of squats. First set, you can do whatever you want. You can make it into a squat jump. Your choice doesn't have to be massive. Depends how hard you want to work today, Jess, I guess. The whole point of this is it is pretty intense. It's not intense in terms of every exercise hard, but the fact there's not a lot of rest is what's going to make this a HIIT circuit, a high intensity circuit. Keep going, 10 seconds. And we're going to drop straight down into press ups next. Keep going, 4, 3, 2, 1. So straight down, your choice of press up. So 2 knees down is that option. You can take 1 knee off, mix it a little harder, or full up into your full press ups. Hands want to be in line with your chest. Shoulders, nice compact movement, pushing away. Good. 15 seconds to go. You can stay down. You don't need to jump up on this next one. 10 seconds, you're going to roll onto your back for just basic crunches. I'm going to start that movement so you can watch it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good. So on my back, getting my elbows to come up, touch my knees. The reason for bending the knees like this and bringing your feet off the floor is it keeps the lower back a bit flatter. And having a target is a good one to aim at. Good, keep pushing at that. 15 seconds to go. 1 set for these first ones. 10 seconds, just do what you can. In 7 seconds, you're going to roll over onto your front press up position. 3, 2, 1, and we're on to squat thrusts. These can be quite soft. Don't need to make it a huge movement. Steady pace, in and out. Brace it. Good quality move. Good. There's this 10 exercises. Quite so bored with it. Straight from one to the next. 15 seconds to go. Squat thrusts. hard exercise. Probably one of the hardest ones that we've got on here because you get lots of reps out. As soon as you hear the beep, you're up on your feet though for side step lunges. 2, 1, up. So it's out and we're lunging, but try not to go over the side. Look, my knee is in line with my foot. Come back up, dropping back. So it's my hip that drops behind me for this side step lunge. Side step, lunge. Side step, lunge. Key is not to track out to the side too much. It's not going to kill you, there's not a lot of weight on it, but I'm going to feel it more through my glutes as I step out to the sides. It's a bit of recovery, this one. Well, depends, I suppose. 5 seconds and we're going down into dips. So on the floor, on the sofa, your choice. Hands here, and just small dipping movements. You can do it on the floor, it's fine. Trying to make sure it's not a hip thrust, not this. So we are bending the elbows. Pause at the top if you need to have a little rest, not on the floor. Back into it when you can. Training your body. Easy. We've got another ab exercise next. 10 seconds to go, Jess. Pump these out. Come on. 5 seconds. Keep going. We've advanced a minute. Bicycle crunches next. So around. Same sort of position as the normal crunch. This time, turning my upper body to face my opposite knee. So elbow is smacking the inside of my knee. And that's my target each time. Don't race it. Try and make physical contact here to here each time. Really important. 12 seconds to go. And it's onto your front for burpees in 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. So down, up, in, little touch. I personally wouldn't go to floor on this. Keep the movement strong. Hold. Up and down. Good. Good. Don't need to go to floor because I've already got the press ups in. 20 seconds to go. Good, don't race it. Nice movements, Jess. Good, keep going. Solid performance. 10 seconds. I want you down on the floor for what we call frog lunges. So starting here, foot by my hand, jump it back. Like a mountain climber, much more of a stride movement. The foot is trying to come to the outside of your hand each time. Give it as a big switch. Try and test that hip flexibility. You're good. And I've got a nice easy one to finish the set. Honest. 10 seconds, glute bridges, finish. So roll over onto your back in 5 seconds. 2, 1, good. Heels up, and we're just gonna squeeze the glutes. It's all about trying to find that foot position where you can feel it's your foot that is driving up. It's normal to feel it in different places like here, under here a little bit, but try and play with where your feet are to make it as much about your glutes as possible. So I bring my feet quite close on this. That's probably my best point there. Hands go up. Keeps my shoulders pinned to the floor, gives me a target. 5 seconds to go on this last one. Good. 40 seconds rest. Get a drink. We've got that 2 more times. This set's only 35 seconds a set, and then the third set is just 30, as far as I remember. Might be wrong, I'm not sure. Can't remember. What's that? Right. Not on breath work. Okay, so 15 seconds, and we're going to start with those squat jumps, all right? You can alternate, do one squat jump, depending on where you want to be with this. So 5 seconds, we should be ready to go. And go. That's easy work. I'm going to do a fair bit of this with you on this set. So I get bored otherwise. And also, whilst I'm doing it, think of more coaching tips. But definitely super soft on the landing. Try and get your knee to sort of track slightly out each time. That's why I put my hands inside. Just trying to protect the knee. You don't want it to drop in as you're going down into the squats out to the side. 5 seconds and down into press up position. And straight down then. Quality of movement over quantity. Hardest version that you can do. 12 seconds to go. And then on your back for crunches. Good, so we're down. Up. Hands on your temples. Touch your knees. Try and get the elbows back to the floor every time. Again, it just gives you that target up, target down. Good. Keep going. 12 seconds. Squat thrust to this. Good. Round into squat thrust then. Press up position. Soft in, soft out. What I mean by that is when you jump in, soft through your legs, soft through your ankles, soak up the movement. Good. 12 seconds to go. Let's into those side step lunges. Good. So straight up, side step lunge, and down. This is your recovery from heart rate. Easier movement, definitely. 20 seconds to go. And down into dips. Warming up a little. Good. 8 seconds to go. Straight down into your dip movement. 4, 3, 2, good. Straight down, hands on the floor, or a bench or a seat. Keep your bum in the air. Again, quality of movement. Stretch and press. Fight that urge to stop. When it kicks in about the 15th, 16th rep. 10 seconds to go. Bicycle crunches after this one. Come on. Nearly there. Good. Bicycle crunches. Flat back again. Feet up. Twist. It's about that rotation with the upper body, as well as pulling the knees in. Good. 15 seconds to go, guys. And I'm saying guys, yes, that's habit.
Don't worry.
Sorry. 4 seconds to go. Good. Burpees, let's go. Super soft landing. Back in. Little jump. Good, keep it going at that. Frog lunges after this. 10 seconds. Frog lunges then, so low down position. Switch. Switch. This knee comes to floor each time. Makes it harder. You've got to pick the leg up and then jump it across. Keep it going. Come on, 15 seconds to go. The glute bridge after this, Jess. Keep going. 3, 2, good. Everyone to your back. Good bridge. Find where those feet need to be. Squeeze up and down. It's not a hugely difficult exercise, this. Really trying to focus on getting your butt to do the squeeze at the top. So all the way up, push through. Five seconds left on the set. Good. 35-second rest. And we go once more time. Once more time. One more time. This time it's only 25 seconds to go each set. So short and sharp. So whereas the first two we were probably focused a bit more on quality of movement, let's try and, don't need to rush it, but try and pick the pace up a little bit more on this one, okay? 8 seconds and we're going squats first. So 4, 3, last run through, it's 4 minutes, okay? Go. Again, don't race, just make it a little bit quicker if you can. Good. 10 seconds. Nice deep squats, land softly every time if you jump in. 3, 2, 1, press ups. Keep it going. 14 seconds. Knee down is option, 2 knees down if you're getting really tired. Push out the reps. Crunches. On your back for crunches. Flatten that back. Touch. Ten seconds. And right into those squat thrusts. Thankfully for the last time. Good. Squat thrust then. Soft landing. Good. Keep moving. 8 seconds to go. Up into side lunges. Side step lunge. Down, touch the floor. I'm going to get that depth down this time. Hips go back. Knees not tracking out to the side. Nice and straight line. Knee above foot. 5 seconds. Into dips. Good. Last time around for dips then. Let's go. Straight in. Push the reps out this time. Tiny movement, just let's go. Come on, nearly there. Looking at 10 seconds to go, guys. 5 seconds to go. Good. Bicycle crunches. Down we go. Big rotation. Turn that body all the way opposite side. Good, 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, burpees, last set. Soft landing. Good. I'll get those feet back in line with your hands. Makes that burpee part easier as you stand up. Come on, frog lunges after this. Nearly there. Down then, frog lunges. "15 seconds to go. Nearly there. HIIT these. Come on, 3 seconds. Good. Big bridge. We're finished. Let's go. Good. 10 seconds to go. Good. Little set that. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Wasn't too bad, was it?
Whew. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. High intensity doesn't mean hasn't got to be awful. It's just got to be less rest.
Yeah.
So, just that constant moving to the next exercise is good. But it gets me out of breath and a little glow on the lunchtime. And lunch anyway, doesn't it? But yeah,
exactly.
I mean, to be fair, I pretty much always do this middle session on a Wednesday anyway. So, I mean, for Wednesdays, don't worry about it. I'll do it even if it's just you. But I genuinely think
equally, don't worry if you need to cancel it off. I understand why. So.
It's more the resistance ones, believe it or not, because resistance people are doing almost too much resistance, or they're trying to do too much resistance, and not enough of the cross training.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this. And the reason why I'm a big fan of this sort of stuff over the resistance at the minute is because people are having to make do.
Yeah.
It's fine, but if you've only got one set of dumbbells, and then somebody else has got a beer barrel, somebody else has got a barbell, it's quite hard to program a proper set.
Yeah.
So as much as I'm keen people are doing weights, I want it to be that's just the once a week kind of thing rather than the main.
Yeah.
You're looking at the minute of once we can open, trying to get a load more of the big barbells and actually making the resistance sessions much more resistance. So they'll still have a circuit feel. And then we're going to have 2 of the cross-training ones like we used to with the machines and, kettlebells, that stuff. And then probably twice a week, we're going to have 2 big bodyweight stations, just because I've noticed straight away how much my fitness has had to step up.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. You think that the bikes and the rowers and things would do it, but it's different. Using your body weight once a week, using a cross-training set once a week, and using a weights one once a week is going to pretty much put a tick in most people's boxes.
Yeah.
So that's the way we're going to go with it a little bit. So it's made us rethink what we're doing. But
yeah,
all good.
For me, this whole period is just if I can maintain rather than slip back.
That's exactly.
I just feel like that's as much as I can achieve with the kids and everything else work going on.
Yeah.
If I can just maintain rather than stop altogether.
Yeah, and that's what most people have done, or they're doing. Or they're doing it by themselves. We can see the videos that are being watched, obviously, how often they're being things, and they are being watched quite a lot.
Good.
People are doing them outside of the group stuff, which I think it removes that accountability.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, having somebody there that is doing the same thing does spur people on. It doesn't matter if you're not that competitive, just the fact that you can't stop.
Exactly.
Which is the live sessions over. It's why we wanted to do these 2-way Zoom ones rather than a lot of gyms are just doing the Facebook Live or the Instagram.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but I have no way of seeing actually how hard people are working. So yeah, this works better.
And I think it's the act of having to book on and knowing you've got to show up that makes you do it. If it was a Facebook Live, I'd click view and then I probably wouldn't.
You'd look at it and think, oh, that looks horrible. I'm not doing that. We just wouldn't tell you what it was, I don't think. Just going. Yeah, it's hard because obviously it's very different. And also, you've got to think a lot of the reason why people do group exercise is because they like that social dynamic. And that's one. As much as Zoom can replicate you doing it with other people, there's no you can't really interact with them. It's a case you see on the screen. But yeah, so for a lot of people, they just don't enjoy it. And that's fine. And like you say, to me, it's all about trying to find your why as to why you're doing this over this period. And like you say, keeping maintenance, I think, is a fantastic way to approach it. Do a couple, 3 sessions a week is more than enough to keep you together. You'll probably find you're still actually improving your fitness as well. But yeah, if you can try and, I don't know what weights access you've got, if any. Have you got?
I don't have any, but Salim's just bought some of those stretchy
resistance bands.
Yeah.
So things like that, you can get away with that. Squat and press, you could do. Have a look through some of the resistance type circuits that we've put on the YouTube page. Yeah. Have a quick read of the exercises and then just see if it's something that you think you can do. Even if you take a handful of exercises off it and then just substitute the ones that won't work because you've got bands, things like belt swing. can't really do that with a band. You can tie the band around your hips and do a hip thrust with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to tweak it. And this is what I mean. This is why the resistance stuff is great. But for me, it should just be ticking over resistance. It will give people a break from the normal body weight stuff rather than actually getting them really stronger, unless they're fortunate enough to have managed to bag themselves, a decent bit of kit. But I'm seeing stuff that used to sell for 20 quid on eBay going for over 120 quid.
Salim's tried. Every time it comes up, it sells out the second. That's why he got the bands in the end.
This is what I mean. I say to people, as much as the weights is important, this 3-month window or whatever it's actually going to be where you're not doing resistance is not going to kill you. Focus on things like your press ups, things that are going to be tough. Some sort of pull version. So putting those bands up and working on your pull strength is fine, but the rest of it is, you can fatigue your legs by doing squats, squat hold, squat jump. Those 3 exercises for 4 minutes, your legs are pumped. You don't need to do much more than that.
So I think I'm carrying enough weight as it is. I can work out using my body weight. I've got enough to work on.
No, but honestly, I think it's really cool. I mean, there's a core group of people that are doing it. And I think they're the ones that will surprise themselves when we go back to normal or whatever normal is going to be. And then they're in with other people again, and those other people haven't done anything. That's where it's going to become very evident. And that's that case, I think, where you can kind of sit there and go, I'd be quite pleased with yourself.
I hope so. That would be a nice moment. I'll tell you what, I have been on Tuesday nights. I've been doing a yoga session, which I've never done before. And I think my cousin's a yoga tutor, so she's just doing it on Zoom.
Okay.
But I think if I'd have come to yoga without doing any of this, my balance wouldn't be any good, my core strength, and I'm sure that all this is supporting yoga and the other way around.
To be fair, we have looked at doing it down here, but the problem that we've got is it only works for sort of 6 months of the year because we've got no way of keeping it warm in the winter. So it's the winter and they'd have to be doing it, fully clothed, properly
next to the fire.
I mean, you can get away with it because there's yoga flow stuff which you could do, which is much more, almost like you think like your slow burpee could effectively be a yoga. You make that slow enough and controlled, and there's ways you can incorporate it. But I'm yet to find an instructor that does this sort of HIIT training, yoga, and then can work out a way to blend it. But I would like to, because I think range of movement and range of motion is really important.
And it's the strength as well. When you're doing that downward dog, it is almost like you're coming down into a press up. You can feel your arms kind of.
I think it's stuff that we could do with doing one once a week, but we'd potentially do it as a Zoom session. I think just because then you can do it at home, and I think these are the sort of things that we can bolt on. Or even things like walks, we can do a walk. It sounds silly, but you can do a walk on a Zoom session now. We can meet up at different places and set the pace. And they don't mean a Zoom where we're glued to each other, but going out, quick check-in every now and again, make sure. So I think it's opening up a whole new way of training. But I don't know if you saw our post about outdoor PTs now being allowed one-on-one. So we're hoping that the next stage from that will be small group outdoor stuff. And if it is, we're good to go with that as soon as we can. We've got at least one place that's 100% said yes.
Great.
We're speaking to another 2 places as well. And worst case, at night, we could just do it outside the building. I'm not being funny, but when the car park's pretty much empty, the business is pretty much gone. So
it's summer, so
but keep your eyes posted, because obviously it's changing, I think, week by week. I mean, he says 2 to 3 weeks, but I think he's under an enormous amount of pressure to get people doing something again. Keep your eye open, and that's it. We'll push it through as soon as we can. But
it's brilliant. Thank you for everything you're doing, Sven.
No worries. See you soon.
All right. See you soon. Take care.
All right. See you later. Bye bye.